this book I read. It's pretty good. I like it. I like the examples in the book or whatever. So we're just gonna start from somewhere. Let's just start from the beginning. I don't know why I didn't do that from the get-go, but okay, here we go. It says chapter 1. You aren't born an artist. Let's go. Adrian Cardenas grew up in Miami, Florida, as the son of Cuban immigrants. Fleeing the rule of Fidel Castro, the Cardenas family escaped to America, where their son took up the most American of sports, baseball. Soon, Adrian learned that he was good at the game, and his talent grew into a dream, which became his ticket to a whole new life. It was an organic process, learning to play. There's this call and response that goes on, he recalled. The next step is to play in this league. Do people want you? Yes, sure, so then you're playing in that league. Following the call and response, Adrian advanced in the game, playing all the way through high school. In 2006, he won the Baseball America High School Player of the Year award and was drafted out of high school by the Phillies. In 2012, he went to play for the Chicago Cubs, and that was the year that changed everything. In the majors, Adrian was in the best shape of his life, making more money than he or his immigrants' parents could have dreamed, building a career based on the rules we know all too well. Get a good job, do it well, and work hard until you retire. This was the path Adrian Cardenas was on, and he knew how to walk it. With the signing bonus of nearly $1 million, he was every bit the success story we imagined. It had taken Adrian years to get to this point, and now he was finally enjoying the fruits of his labor. He had everything he had ever wanted. There was just one problem. One little bitty problem that he had. He no longer wanted it. During the first year at Wrigley Field, something felt off. It was a feeling that had been haunting the baseball player for some time. In the minors, players teased him for reading Tolstoy in the locker room. In the majors, he noticed how different his idea of a good time was from his teammates. He celebrated getting drafted by entertaining friends with Gershon numbers on the piano. They celebrated by partying. The more of this life he lived, the more he felt like a misfit. And the more he realized that in following one dream, he'd abandoned another. When Adrian was a child, his parents insisted on piano lessons in hopes that he might one day attend the Juilliard School in New York. He had long loved the craft of writing and was a devout reader, but those interests now seemed like the dreams of a distant past. Still, he couldn't shake the feeling that maybe he was supposed to do something with these urges and interests. As the pieces of a new story began to knit themselves together, Adrian realized he'd ended up somewhere he didn't belong. Despite achieving everything he thought he wanted, it was time for a new dream. It wasn't too late to quit, start over, and reimagine life, was it? In 2012, the same year he played his first game in the major leagues, Adrian Cardenas left baseball to tell stories. When things seemed stable and sure for the young athlete, he decided to reinvent himself altogether, which was the scariest, but the best he could have done. The best thing he could have done. The role of recreation. Sometimes in life, the script we're giving no longer fits the story we want to live. We realize the rules we were following were assigned by someone who did not have our best interests in mind, and now we must do something about it. Whether we changed our minds or realized the path we were on wasn't leading where we thought, we all have a choice about who we become. We can go in the direction of what is expected of us, or where Adrian Cardenas found himself when he came to terms with the fact that he had dedicated much of his life to a game he no longer wanted to play. To begin a new journey, he had to let go of what was expected of him. Expected of him. As a Cuban American, Adrian was used to feeling caught between two worlds. He was never quite American enough for America and never quite Cuban enough for Cuba. Similarly, he long loved the game of baseball but also loved telling stories. And the more he played professional ball, the more irreconcilable these two worlds felt. Just as his parents had taken a risk in leaving Cuba to reboot their lives, he was caught in a similar tension. If he continued playing baseball, he knew he'd have to dedicate himself to the game, which he wasn't sure he wanted to do. It had gotten to the point where he had to work so hard just to maintain the mechanics of his swing and fielding that it no longer felt meaningful to him. It's great to do those things and then be able to feel confident enough to play for 45,000 people, he said. But you ask yourself, so what? What does this matter? When he weighed the options, Adrian realized if he were to continue playing the game, he might never be able to tell the story of his parents' immigration from Cuba. And that scared him more than the possibility of leaving the majors. It was a difficult choice because he loved the game, but this was a moment of clarity when he knew there were costs on either side. And in the end, art beat baseball. As crazy as it sounds, it was easier for Adrian Cardenas to play Major League Baseball than it was for him to sit down and write a story. There's something very satisfying about wrestling with this thing that's much more raw and visceral, he said. It's equally as hard and challenging as baseball, but much more rewarding. Shortly after leaving the game, Adrian joined his family on a trip to Cuba, where Juan Cardenas showed his son the locations of multiple escaped attempts, as well as the route that finally helped him flee the island. In many ways, the two stories parallel each other. Both generations of men found themselves in seemingly inescapable situations. One was an oppressive regime, the other a golden handcuff situation. For both, they were told by peers that they should comply. Juan was a poet whose poems had gotten him in trouble with the state, and Adrian was an artist whose musings had estranged him from fellow ball players. Both men had to do something daring with everyone around them saying it couldn't be done. But once they decided to follow a new set of rules, they were able to live and tell a whole new story with their lives. After the trip, Adrian published a series of articles about the experience, sharing his father's escape story, with bylines in the New Yorker and on CNN.com, as well as a feature in the New York Times. The former baseball player is now realizing his dream of telling stories for a living. It took a daring effort to reinvent the person he was becoming, but in the end, it was worth it. So, you've fallen asleep now. So basically, I'm just talking to myself, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and close the book, and maybe tomorrow we can finish it. Not finish it, but I'll read you some more when you wake up, because this is a really You're very tired, as I can see. You're a little more tired than I was, but it's okay. You've been playing around all day. I understand, you know, as a big sister. Even though you have me talking to myself right now, like, and you're snoring, it's all good. Like, when I was younger, I used to talk to myself all the time. So now that you're here as a younger sibling, it should be a normal thing for you to know that I talk to myself when you fall asleep on me, okay? Don't worry about it. This isn't the first time or the last time that this has happened. I've been reading you bedtime stories since you were a baby, so this is like the 1,000th time that you've fallen asleep on me. But no worries, no worries, no worries at all. It's okay. I'm not even tripping on you, okay? It's alright. Just sleep well. Don't wake me up in the morning because I'm probably gonna sleep in. Don't get up playing all that loud music and doing all of that because we don't need none of that, okay? I'm trying to relax for as long as I can. You know, I'm going on my trip. I need all the rest that I can get. My business trip, yes. So when you get up early in the morning, I know you don't hear me now. I know you don't hear me, but maybe the dream fairy will take my message and deliver it to you in your dream. Maybe that'll happen. I don't really know. I'm just making things up. But anyway, yeah, don't wake me up because I'm gonna be very mad if you do. I don't like that. I like my sleep, you know. I like my relaxation and my sleep and my ASMR. I'm gonna watch me some ASMR. So